Hello, and welcome to the Congo Hour. We want to thank you for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Wayna's going to run down our lineup this evening, as she always does. So, who's coming on tonight, Wayna?
Well, our first guest will be City Council President Theo Gregory,
All
who
right.
is seeking the mayoral seat.
Okay.
We also have Kenny G
All right.
coming on to talk about something that has pricked his heart to do.
Okay.
And last but certainly not least, we have council member Penrose Hollands to come on. He's going to be running for council president. So
For the county.
for the
right?
county,
Right,
yes.
Okay.
So we're excited about all of our guests. And my favorite part of the show,
That's right.
Sammy's
He is
Corner,
Back. He is back.
is back.
It's been months, I think.
Ooh, about 2 months,
Yeah,
two
it's
and a
been
half
while.
months.
So we definitely
Yeah.
want you to call your friends up, call your family, and let them know that around 8:25, 8:20, 8:25. I think he wants a little bit more time this evening.
Yeah,
right?
he does.
Yeah,
So
he said he wants. So
yeah.
we gotta,
hurry up.
yeah, we gotta get to the
Yeah.
nitty-gritty of things. Then after that, we're gonna have our community news, and we'll have our funeral announcements.
All right.
right.
And as a disclaimer, I am losing weight. Don't ask me why I wore white today. President Theo
No, I didn't
Gregory
either.
let me know that white makes you look bigger on television.
Wow.
So
I'm
I'm
just
sitting
glad- I'm glad.
here and I'm going like this.
I'm glad I didn't say it.
I didn't say it.
Huh?
I
You didn't say it either.
that. No,
It must have been on our mind.
gosh.
It must have been on your mind.
No.
Oh,
Neither
okay.
one of us said it.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you just.
Well, I
par-
did
you
think about
paranoid,
it on my
see?
way here. I'm like, oh
Yeah,
Lord, why
I think
did I
you're
wear
paranoid.
white? Because white makes you look about five times bigger than you are. So, all right. And the good thing for President Theo is that he and his wife are coming on at 9 o'clock
Okay.
this evening. So, want to make sure that you stay
My
tuned
wife's
for
going
that
to
too.
interview me unscripted.
Unscripted.
I have no idea what she's going to want to talk about.
Oh, that's the best kind.
It's going to be the best
All right.
kind. That's
Yeah.
right.
All right. So, tell our viewing audience why you want to run for mayor.
I want to run for mayor. I am running for mayor because I believe I'm a leader. My credentials, I view this as a public job interview. You have 8 people applying for the job. I just believe that my leadership and my accomplishments and what I've done position me to get the job. And then after I get the job, I truly do believe I can get the job done. And I love Wilmington. I love the citizens of the city of Wilmington. I like fixing stuff. I like addressing issues and interacting with the community and people. And I want to continue doing that. I want to continue doing that and having a voice in my community and trying to move Wilmington forward. I like to do it from the vantage point of being mayor and not president of city council. That's why I'm running.
How's your campaign coming along?
It's going better than what I expected.
Okay.
I'm really pleased with it because so many people are in the race. There was a point where it was challenging raising money, but after the debates and depending on how you do, I believe money does start to come in, but I'll be okay in that regard. Now it's just getting challenging going out knocking on doors because there's so many events in the evenings and on Saturday mornings, so you have to balance, do you knock on doors or do you go to the events? But I am very, very pleased with my campaigning. My daughter is the coordinator, Theo Gregory. She's an attorney, and she's learning. I can see her learning curve, and so she's getting something out of it also. So, but it's going along fine. It really is.
So if you win, Theo, your first, I forgot that phrase they use, like your
100
first
days.
100 days. Yeah,
Well,
what would be on
what
your
I'm going to
agenda?
do, of course, should I win in September 13th, you have to start putting a cabinet together.
Right.
So by June 20th, hopefully, all my department heads will be in place. And then what I want to do is first make sure that we put a policing plan in place, and that policing management team that we've put in place understand the expectations and understand the plan and how we're going to execute the plan. The second thing that I want to do is I talk about transforming city government to make it more efficient and taking some of the redundancies out of it and trying to save money. The framework for that will be in place, but we won't be actually doing it. The third thing I want to do is meet with all the developers in the city. I want to meet with every developer, major, small, and I want to talk to them about their challenges. What are your challenges with the city of Wilmington in terms of developing so we can get that done? And then I want to go around and meet with all the neighborhoods. And I want to again talk to them and get some insight. that's setting a foundation.
Right.
It's very elementary, very rudimentary. It's not something that's pie in the sky, but that gives me a foundation for moving forward for the next, I'm going to say 3.5 years of my administration, and hopefully 8 years, should I get a second term.
Okay. How can people help with their campaign?
Well, people can first help by whoever's taking my yard signs down can stop taking my yard signs
Yeah, I
down.
guess that's part of the game.
Yeah, it
huh?
costs money, but it shouldn't be part of the game.
Yeah,
You know,
no, yeah.
you're going to
Unfortunately.
win, you're going to win. You're not going to win, you're not going to win. But it's costing me money. But every time they take them down, we're going to put them up. I put one generation of yard signs, and I got another one. We're going to put those up. But people can help me by calling and let me put yard signs up, certainly.
Okay.
And talk me up. I think that in this election, if you know Theo Gregory, you know my reputation, you know what I've done in the community, you got to tell people. You got to tell people, and then tell people to go vote for me. That's how folk can help me. I have a good volunteer group at this point in time. I think I'm good with that going into the election. If people want to volunteer, they can still contact me. But I just need, if 10 people told 10 other people to vote for me, that adds up. That adds up. And if those 10 people told 10 people, that adds up. So, but tell people my reputation. Tell them this is a job interview. This is not an audition. We're not going to have a show in the next 4 years called Who's Going to Be the Next Mayor and with some fancy name.
Right.
We are interviewing for a job, and it's a very serious job. This is not an audition for a role in a play called Wilmington, Delaware.
What number can they contact you?
Call me at, I'm going to give them my cell number,
Okay.
576-2117.
Okay, one more time.
I
I know you don't call
562
yourself, right?
It's 562-3117. That's my
Okay.
cell number.
All right.
562-3117, because I don't know the campaign number. But or either email me, theopolis10@aol.com. TheoPalis, the number 10@aol.com. And one of the things I want to do, I want to encourage people to look at my website. A website is no good if people are not looking at it. And we have a short time to drive people to the website. So my website is TheoGregoryForMayor.com. TheoGregoryForMayor.com.
All right.
So I'm going to drive people to the website.
Thank you so
Okay.
much for coming on.
Thank you.
Yeah, and again,
Appreciate
stay
you having me.
tuned for the 9 o'clock hour because you'll be back.
I'll be back from 9 to 9:30 with
boss.
Vera Lynn Gregory asking me some questions, and it's going to be unscripted. I have no idea what she wants to talk to me about.
I love it. All right, so we're going to take a very quick break, and we're going to bring Kenny G on.
Okay. All right, welcome back. We hope that you enjoyed our first interview. Now we have another man who is no stranger to the city. He is here, and he's going to come on and talk about some of the things and some of the visions that he has and the passion that he has for our city and our people. So I'm going to let him do most of the talking.
And he won't have a
He
problem
won't.
with that
I'll take our mics off.
at all. Right, and just
and
leave.
Wow. Thank you.
All right, Kenny, welcome to the
Yeah,
Congo
welcome.
Thank
Hour.
you. Thanks for having me.
You're
right.
welcome.
Just introduce yourself, let people know who you are, and
My name
what's on your mind.
is Kenneth Graves, and I just want to be, utilized, not used, utilized. You know what I'm saying? Just to bring about a change to the city.
Okay.
I'm a firm believer that, our youth, they need to actually see it, coming from an individual that was already ensnared and trapped in the same, situation that they're about to face. You know what I'm saying? I did 17 years in prison. You know what I mean?
You were supposed to do a lot longer than that, right?
I had a 50-year sentence.
Right.
Yes, and on my first time up, I had to have a mental health evaluation. I had to go to the parole board and the pardon board, and ultimately that goes to the governor's office. And she signed off December 7th, and I received that December 25th
Oh, Christmas.
in the institution. Yeah, amen. And, my Lord and Savior said birthday. And I'm just grateful, man, that I'm here. No probation, no parole, no fines. Just started my own company, and I just want to give back and just show them that you can be successful. You know what I'm saying? Just doing the right thing, and it's like it's a lot of fear going on right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like we're hiding behind the door, and I serve a God that God has not given us a spirit of fear. There's no fear. So my company is called Above VIP.
Okay.
Above VIP, a believer orchestrates victory every time.
I love it.
Victory is power.
I love it.
You know what I mean? So I just, I would like to just throw some events and, you know what I mean, some church functions and just, you know, invite people out, let them know that, you know what I mean, we still can have, you know, good fun.
Right.
Good fun without you know, being fearful of, you know what I mean, a straight bullet or just, you know, demonic spirits. It's deep right now. I just want to show people that you still can have wholesome fun.
Right. And you know, we talked a couple weeks ago, and I was telling you that you probably have one of the most powerful stories in the city, from a guy who was known from, you know, what you were known for.
Yes.
And then coming, like, just doing a complete 180 to who you are now and what you represent now and what you're trying to do now. I mean, it's easy for me to sit up here and say it to a group of children or even to a group of adults. I've never been through that. I've never been where have you been. I've never been where they've been. But for you, I think it just takes it has a whole different meaning, and it's just that more. I think it's that much stronger.
Amen.
Because you've been there, and look where you are now, and they can see you, and they can see that they can be where you are, and it's all, you know, it's all in what they decide to do.
Amen.
Right. So, I mean, I wish you the best. I mean, I know you're gonna be successful. You already are.
I mean,
successful.
you guys is good.
Yeah, you already are, man. So that people definitely have to open their arms to you, I think, because you just have a very strong message.
Amen.
Just you can I think you can just be quiet almost,
Right.
and have a stronger message than most people.
Yeah.
Definitely
Wow.
stronger than mine.
But keeping quiet
oh,
is
yeah,
not
he's
what
not
he's
gonna-
going
he's
to
not
do.
gonna keep
He's
quiet,
going to let everybody know, which I don't blame you.
Right.
So, Kenny, if people wanted to get in contact with you, what number can they call?
I'm willing to give my home number, and I'm
Oh,
willing to give my cell number.
okay.
I mean, I'm naked and
Do
not
your
ashamed.
cell phone number.
My cell phone number. My cell number is 302-409-5640.
Yeah, your home number. Your wife don't want it.
5640. I'm saying, you know, I'm
I
just saying
know.
that's how open I am
I
today.
know.
You know what I mean?
I
There's nothing hidden that won't be
appreciate that.
revealed, nothing covered that won't be shown.
That's
Right.
right.
So I just put it out there.
know that's
you know
right.
What I mean?
Say
I
it
know
one more
that's
time,
right.
please, Ken.
302-409-5640.
Okay.
All right.
All right, and I hate that we have to cut it short, but we're
know.
gonna have you on. We're gonna have you back on soon.
Real
Amen.
Gotta get my
soon.
dad on.
Yeah.
He's
I'm
always
grateful
been
that you have me,
tips
Mr. Trippy.
Yeah.
on. All right.
So Trippy, on that note, there's an event going on next Saturday at William Hicks Anderson Center from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and it's to help people that need to be pardoned. And for more information, you can contact Brother Dwight Davis at 654-1993. That's 654-1993. And hopefully we'll be able to put the flyer up when we take another break. So, all right, so we'll be right back.
Okay.
Good evening and welcome back to the Congo Hour. We do apologize that we're going quickly through our interviews, but Mr. Congo has something special that he would like to talk about on this evening. So our next guest is County Council Penrose Hollands. Welcome to Trippy's Hour.
I am very happy, very happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, you're welcome.
So tell us what's going on in your life.
Well, right now, I think the most important thing for me and to the public is the fact that I am running for president of the county council.
Okay.
So that's the highlight of my life right now. That's taking up most of my time. And so I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you rather briefly about, you know, where we are with that.
How long have you been on county council?
I've been on county council for 25 years.
Wow.
I've been the president pro tem for 20 of those 25 years.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay. So I know all over the city and in the county, I know a lot of people were encouraging you to run. Is that correct?
That is correct. I would say 4 months ago, it wasn't an idea that I even gave any thought to. And after so much encouragement to seek the office, once a lot of people in the community recognized that President Bullock was not going to seek the office, I felt at that time almost a commitment to the community that I've represented for so long and the folk that had the kind of confidence in me that was expressed that I had a duty to do it. So I'm going to do it. I would say that I am the only candidate that's running for president with a record, and I believe a record matters. I'm the only candidate that's running for president who has the support of the county council, and I think that's very important. If you're going to lead a body, you have to have the respect of that body, and I think it's very challenging for someone to try to be the leader of the county council without the support of the county council itself.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, because it definitely, I mean, I know.
In any organization, but
Yes,
especially in government,
Yes.
it's paramount that the leader of any government entity has the respect and the support of the body. And that's true whether it's in the federal government or whether it's on the school board.
How can people help with your campaign?
Well, right now we're getting to the phase that we consider to be the retail phase. So
Okay.
you would begin to see our bumper stickers, you would begin to see our lawn signs, and we definitely want people to call in to take a lawn sign. They are the most attractive lawn signs I think you'll see around
my.
Newcastle County. So in a very short span, in about 3 weeks, I believe, you're going to start seeing our buses, and then after that, you'll see area signs. So we're going to be more visible as we move forward from this point on. We're less than 4 months before the September 13th primary, and looking forward to getting out there more into the trench to make our campaign visible and garner support. And I plan to be back on this show again when,
Yes, sir.
Yes,
when we have a little bit more time.
Yes. What number can people contact you?
The number is 764-9474.
Okay, one more time.
764-9474 or penrose@phollands.com.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so
And
much.
we'll definitely see you again real soon.
Absolutely.
All
Thank
right.
you very much.
You're welcome. All right. So now stay tuned for my favorite part of the show, Sammy's Corner.
All right, welcome back to the show. At this time, we're going to have on the return of Sammy's Corner. I think it's almost been since
It's almost been 90
Christmas.
days.
Yeah, it hasn't been since Christmas.
Yeah, I think so.
Has he been on here?
So that's 5 months. No, it
No,
hasn't been
but
that
it's
long.
It's been too long.
Can't be.
So we definitely want to welcome you back. It's good to see you. Looking forward
I said
to
he's all
whatever
relaxed
your,
and
conversation
everything.
is, so we can learn something, and hopefully you'll be back next week. But I'm not even gonna. I'm just gonna enjoy this evening. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say, don't push it, Trippy. Don't.
We're gonna talk about it next week. Welcome back.
Well, it's glad to be back. I have surely missed being here with you, and I'm glad that you found an opening that I could come back and be with my audience again.
All right.
We have a lot of fun here on Channel 28, and I enjoy the whole experiences that we've had here for years. I guess tonight is kind of sad for me in that I want to discuss and share with my friends a experience that I'm having that makes me feel sad. Most of my youth and adult life, I have been recognized in my community when I was a young man for giving. When I became a little older, I was recognized for giving, and then when I was able to give, I've tried to give more than what I have to give. And I've done that throughout the years, and I think that I learned that from the Bible. It says that if you give, you'll get back tenfold. And we have surely gotten back more than we have given in spirit, in love, and everything. It's not money all the time. It's things that can make us better people. Recently, we have been accused, the Congo Funeral Home has been accused of owing and taking from Izon Fair Baptist Church money that I know absolutely nothing about. I know that early in the could I say the game, or we were contracted by Izon Fair Baptist Church several years ago to build the church, and we did. And we were major contributors then. We put on the second phase, and we were major contributors then. And we've been giving whenever there's an opportunity to give. Whenever there was an opportunity to send money Izon Fair's way, we would do it. Open armed, because we thought it was a great church. Recently, the funeral home, well, let me step back a little bit.
Okay.
There has been a holdup in the building of the third phase
And
of
what-
the project.
And when you say that we have built the church, we built the phases, like be specific. Like like the funeral home, or you're talking about
I'm talking about Petricon.
Petricon? Okay, the construction.
I'm sorry,
company.
I'm glad you brought that
Right.
clear. The funeral home has had absolutely nothing to do with the building of the church.
Right.
Petricon, the construction company that I'm 51% owner, has been excited about building the church. And
Right.
from where I sit, it's a great church. It's built properly. And we hope that the Izon Fair people have received it in that manner. The second phase, we were contributors in completing the second phase to the extent that my picture was placed in the second phase part of it as a thank you for our contributions. And on the third phase,
And it was named after you, wasn't there?
yes, it was
Fellowship Hall was
called the
named
Samy Congo.
Fellowship.
Fellowship Hall, right?
Yes.
Right.
On the third phase, there has been some confusion in the disbursement of money. And we've had some lawyers, and we've had architects, engineers, and the people who have been a part of the project has agreed that any monies that we received have been written to Petricon, that the disbursements were made, and that we do not owe, Petricon does not owe anything
To Izon Fair.
to Izon Fair,
Okay.
yes. Today, with the numbers that we have, Izon Fair owes Petricon money. Okay. There are other subcontractors that are owed money also
By who?
by Izon Fair.
Okay.
Not the church, but the CDC.
I'm only responding to the fact that the church is what was the group that had a meeting to decide that the Congo Funeral Home could not come there anymore to have services. I don't know the CDC. What is the CDC?
The CDC is the part that is the nonprofit part that was building the wellness center. And the church is the one who had the voting over the CDC project.
Okay.
Okay. Well, the church, Congo Funeral Home had absolutely nothing to do with the building of the church, CDC or whatever it might be. And the confusion and the concern that the CDC has is with Petricon and not violating the people who want to use our service at the church, who have been longtime members there and want their loved ones final time at the church. And so we know at the funeral home that we are not guilty of not complying with what the church has asked us to do. But we have been voted by the church to stay away, that we are not accepted or not welcomed at the church anymore. I feel sad that all of what we have done for the church has been, I guess, forgotten. And not only forgotten, that the church in itself has not said, I understand what you're saying, but let's give the Congo Funeral Home or Samy Congo an opportunity to share the numbers from the perspective of the architects and whoever it might be, and not some numbers of an individual. And and let's kind of try to get away from a lot of legal concerns, because once you get involved in that, you can't stop. It's very costly, and some people will get hurt, and we don't want that. All we want to do is be the service that we are, and that we can render to families that choose us the services that we have. That's all we want to do. And whatever Petricon and CDC has going for it, they need to work that out. But the funeral home has absolutely nothing to do with what was contracted by the construction company that I'm a part of. And so it saddens me that the church has not come to us to ask us for the friendships that we've had there all the years. Can you share with me, explain to me what has happened over this period of time?
Right, and I guess it is sad, like you said, that the relationships that we have formed over the years, before they were even in the building where they are now, going back to Front Street, and maybe even further back than that. There are some people there, though, who are definitely still in our corner and just want to hear and feel that the church deserves to hear the side that you're telling now, and they're upset of how things have gone on, because it's only been one side, and we were never invited to the table to tell the story, to tell our part. It was just only one side has been told, and they were frustrated, they were upset, they were concerned, and they wanted to hear what you just said. They've been wanting to hear it, and it is sad that it has come to this point where we have to do this so publicly. But now the funeral home's reputation is just being destroyed, coming from Izon Fair and some members there and the pastor. We've had families who have said, we want to use your services, and we've called the church to say, hey, my loved one has passed away, and Congo Funeral Home is going to take care of our loved one, and the church has told them that Congo Funeral Home can't come into the church, and has even gone so far as to say, because Congo Funeral Home owes the church money. And some families have been blown away by that the pastor would even say that to them. They thought it was very unprofessional for him to even put out that kind of business. And it's sad that it's come to that. And they come back to me and said that they couldn't believe what they heard, and the way that it was told. And it's like that wasn't even any of our business. If there is some type of disagreement, that's not the way you handle it. And it's the way that it's being handled. It's very sad, and it's upsetting. And I'm sure you're probably more upset than any of us, because of what you had put into that church. Not only spiritually, but financially, to the point like what you said, they named the whole fellowship hall after you, even had your picture on the wall. It's been taken down now, and people are upset about that. And I guess understandably, because we have never spoken about it, I guess I can see where they're coming from, a little bit, because we haven't talked about it, because this isn't the route that we want to take. Who wants to be here talking about this with an organization and friends who we have known for years, and for it to come like this, and this is how we have to talk about it. So we tried to take the higher road, but now here we are having to defend ourselves, because the church won't let. I don't want to. I guess I don't know. You're a member there, and I want to say the church, but of course it's not everybody in the church.
I wasn't there at the church meeting, because I had class that evening, which I think it was held on a Thursday night, so I wasn't there.
Right.
So I can't speak to what was said. And
no, I'm just saying because
voted.
I'm saying the church, but I don't want this to sound inclusive, because I know everyone there isn't in agreement with what's going on. So I guess I need to be more direct and just say the pastor, and I guess there are certain members who won't let us have a service there, and it's extremely unfortunate that it's come to this, and the funeral home has nothing to do with anything that was going on between Petricon and the church. So to say the funeral home can't come in there is very upsetting.
You know, I guess if this was another business other than the church, it wouldn't bother me as much. You know, what we've given is just what we wanted to do.
Right.
But to have our friends over the years not understand and not make sure that we had a voice in the direction that they go when they make a decision bothers me more. Because over the years, from French Street to B Street, or the whole venture of the church and its trip to where they go and where they want to go, we were surely there with them. And if we had done some wrong, I would be on this television admitting the wrong that we have done,
Right.
and try to correct it. But at this point, and I shared with my attorney, and I have purchased an attorney at this point, but he wants us to try to work it out, because it gets to a point where you can't work it out, and people get hurt, and we don't want to hurt anybody. So we hope that there are voices and ears that hear what we're saying,
Right.
and get together and try to avoid a very unfortunate experience that could cause all of us a lot of sadness. And we, for 40 some years, have had a face in this community from the funeral home's perspective that was very positive. And to try to mar our face at the funeral home, you know, we were not hired, I was not hired from the Petricon perspective. I was, because it was the funeral home. Petricon is a construction company.
Right.
The funeral home had absolutely nothing to do with it. Now, if they want to, or whoever is trying to blackball Congo Funeral Home wants to blackball Petricon, that's fine. You know, they may have a gripe, but not the funeral home. The funeral home has been more than not involved at all. I mean, it has absolutely nothing to do with Petricon. And so, I mean, nothing to do with this venture
Right.
with Ezon Fair Baptist Church. And all I want to do is have a voice to explain where we are and give the information of where I am and what I see, and share that with the folks at the church so that they can say we accept it or we don't accept it. And if you don't, that's fine too. But getting into a mess is not worth it. And we have, and I personally, and you and the rest of us have said, let's just kind of let it blow over. But it hasn't.
Right.
Because as of this week, we had someone to come to the office to say, is this a rumor? Is this rumor true? And so it is a rumor in the street. And most of the people that I talk to have, because Wilmington's a small place, have heard this.
Right.
But they haven't heard both sides of the story. So I want an opportunity before I get on television and hear both sides of the story and have a full hour of explaining the numbers, have the architects here, have all the people here to share exactly what has happened, to the extent that I have heard that the pastor has said that he wants me to go to jail. And I know I don't deserve to go to jail because I haven't done anything as far as I know. And so I've tried to be a friend, I've tried to give, I've tried to do what I thought was right in this whole process. But I think it's at a point now where the church needs to hear from me everything that I know, and I could be wrong, but only what I know and what I see as far as this project and where it is and what has happened, and then they can come to a decision, then I feel good about it.
Right. All right.
Other than that, I have surely enjoyed myself this spring and this winter, and I've had a lot of fun, and I've had a birthday, and it allows me to know that the more you get toward that number 80, the scarier you get for your health. And so I know that you have done everything in your power to keep me healthy, and I still like the Twinkies. So, and you've tried to get me to do more exercise, and I have learned. I just lost my brother, and he was not a great advocate of not eating Twinkies and exercising. But I want you to share, or do you want me to share what the doctor told us about the gun?
I think I maybe I thought I said it already. Maybe you weren't here. I can't remember.
The gun.
He had a little analogy of nah, it's not like I think
Maybe
it was.
I better tell you.
Yeah, I can't remember how it went.
Trippy and I both have decided to get a new doctor. Our old doctor retired, and so when we went to the old doctor, he gave us a full examination, spent the time with us, trying to learn more about us.
Mm-hmm.
And we was talking about the age that my grandmother was when she died, and my dad was when he died, and he listened very carefully. And he said to me, he said, Samy, genetics play a very big part of your life and the longevity of your life. He says, but your lifestyle is what pulls the trigger.
Yeah, he said genetics loads the gun. Loads the gun.
Yes.
But your lifestyle pulls the trigger.
That's absolutely right.
That's what he said. Yes.
So we're trying to create a new lifestyle so the trigger don't get pulled too soon.
So what have you done?
Well, we've tried to hide the bullets.
When you say we, who's we? You.
Me.
Okay.
I've tried to hide the bullets so that the gun can't be fired.
All right.
But again, I want to thank you for this evening, and I want to thank our audience for putting up with me tonight. And but I did want to share with folks where I am with the whole experience that we're having right now. And if I'm wrong, I'll be the first one to come on this television to say, gee, I was wrong and didn't know it. But if I'm right, I don't want to be handicapped by someone that does not like me and is accusing me of something I didn't do. And I don't want any interruptions with this long life that we've had with East Fair Baptist Church. I want to continue my relationship with them. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you for coming on.
It's been a pleasure.
Will you be back next week?
One day at a time.
I will be back next week.
One day at a time. One day at a time. We're going to take a really quick break, and Wayne will be back with our show announcements and our community news.
That must be you leaving me.